Hello, ako po si Aaron Paul. Thank you so much for joining me on the first episode of Songwriting at Iba Pa. Pasensya na kayo, matagal ko nang gustong gawin ito kaya lang, alam nyo, nahihiya din ako kasi hindi ko alam kung ano nga ba talaga ang sasabihin ko, kung tatanggapin nyo, paano kung may makalimutan ako. But I figured out, well, the only way we can do this is just go ahead and dive into the pool. So, let's get on what I wanted to talk to you about. Let me ask you, do you want to be a songwriter? Ano ka nga ba? Hobby songwriter? Gusto mo bang makasama and be among the best? Or, and that's who I'm actually doing this for, do you want to be the best? See, I have a feeling somewhere right now in the Philippines or somewhere around the world is a Filipino young songwriter. Nag-umpisa pa lang, but doesn't know what to do. Nanggaling na tayo dyan, di ba? Yung mga kasama ko, mga kaibigan ko na songwriters, naalala nyo, nung nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo, di ba? Di natin alam kung anong ginagawa natin. And ang pinakamahirap, wala tayong matanong kasi times were so different back then. Hindi katulad ngayon, meron na tayong internet. So, the communication is a lot easier. Pero kami noon, nung nag-uumpisa kami, we didn't know who to go to. And unless talagang matapang ka and you can go into the studios and ask these veterans or the icons in the songwriting at that time, mahihirapan ka. But there is so much available now to the songwriters that are just starting na sana gusto ko naman gamitin ninyo. But the thing is, I'm surprised, marami pa rin talaga ang sinasabi nila, I don't know how to do it. I need help. But how do I do this? Well, first of all, if you know somebody that is a songwriter or wants to be a songwriter or maybe has the potential to be one of OPM's best songwriters, please, tawagin nyo sila, sabihin nyo, pwede makinig ka dito sa video ni Aaron. Baka may maitulong siya sa iyo. Because this is not just going to be one video. It's going to be a series that I'm going to make. And hopefully somewhere along those different episodes, meron kayong matutunan. And if that help can actually get you to being a successful songwriter, masaya na ako doon. Okay? So, first of all, may tanong ako have you heard about the parable of the talents? It's a really, really good parable in the Bible. Now, it's in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. I'll just give you the highlights of the story. It's a really good story, and I think it's going to be very good for you if you're one of those that wants to be a songwriter and haven't done anything about it. Ganito yun There was a master. Magbabakasyon siya. Aalis siya for a while. Okay? So, bago siya umalis, he had 3 servants na iniwanan niya ng iba't ibang mga talents. To the one, kasi iba-iba obviously ang mga levels ng mga servants. It's like in your work, in your school, among your kids. Iba-iba ang level. And you know who's capable of who. But you want to be nice, so you want to give every one of them something, di ba? But you don't want to give the wrong amount to the wrong person. So, to one, si servant A, binigyan niya ng 5 talents. Sabi niya, ito, bigyan kita 5 talents. Gawin mo ang kailangan mong gawin. Kung ano man, basta gamitin mo yan. Pagbalik ko, kakausapin kita. Tuntua siya. Sige, sir. The second one, binigyan niya ng 2. Sabi niya, same thing. O ito, 2 talents. Bahala ka na, mawawala ako for a while. But what I'd like you to do is do something with it, make something good out of it. So pagbalik ko, kakausapin kita ha. And then there was the 3rd servant. May potential. So binigyan niya ng 1 talent. Just to make that servant happy, para hindi naman siya out of place. But the master wanted to see what that servant would do. So binigyan niya ng 1. So, bilis na siya, no? Tuntua itong tatlo. This kung ano pinagagawa nila. So after so many months, bumalik yung master. Oh, sabi ng mga servant niya, oh sir, kamusta? Nakabalik ka na. Welcome home, welcome home. And then, isa-isa niya kinausap. Oh, ikaw na binigyan ko ng 5 talents. Anong ginawa mo? Well, sir, ito, thank you so much for the talents that you gave me. You gave me 5 talents and I didn't even know marami pa pala akong ibang talents. Ito, nakagawa pa ako ng 5. I was able to make 5 more out of the 5 that you gave me. So, nagkaroon ako ng 10 altogether. Tuntua yung master. Sabi niya, wow, galing. Sige. Dito ka na, mag-party tayo. Enjoy. Tapos punta naman siya doon sa pangalawa. Sabi niya, well, what did you do? I gave you 2 talents. What did you do with the 2 talents I gave you? Sabi nung servant, Master, alam ko may duda pa kayo sa akin kaya 2 lang biling nyo, pero gusto kong pakita sa inyo ang kakayanan ko. So, the master said, well, what did you do? Well, sabi niya, well, ito, 2. Nakagawa pa ako ng 2. 4 na. So, Master, thank you so much. Na-discover ko, meron pa pala akong ibang kayang gawin. Naging 4 ang 2 binigay nyo. Well done. Sabi niya, well done. Sige, party. And bibigyan ko pa yun ng marami. Tapos ito, yung isa, sabi niya, oh ikaw, anong ginawa mo? Lapit si pangatlo, sabi niya, well, pasensya na po, Master, kasi natakot ako I really didn't know what you want me to do. You gave me 1 and it's such a precious thing na tuwa nga ako na binigyan pa niyo ko kahit paano. But ayoko naman mapahiya sa inyo So, ang ginawa ko, tinago ko na lang para, baka magawa pa akong mali. Nagalit yung master. Sabi niya, are you kidding me? Binigyan kita ng talent. Wala kang ginawa, tinago mo lang. Napakatamad mo naman. Nagalit siya, sabi ngayon ng master, kunin niyo to, walang kwenta tong servant na to. And on top of that, yung binigay ko sa yung talent, akin na ulit. You don't deserve that talent that I gave you. So how does this apply to you? Are you one among the 2 that had 5 or 2 talents that made something out of it? Or are you one of those na may talent, but you just didn't do anything with it? See, God gives us gifts. As a songwriter, you know that. You feel it inside of you. It's talking to you every day. It's letting you know. Meron kang dream and it's up to you to try to find that dream and make something out of it. Darating ang araw, God will ask you, what did you do with the talent that I gave you? And if your answer is nothing, that talent will be taken away from you. You won't have that talent anymore. And it applies to everything in life. It doesn't have to be just songwriting. It can be God gave you the ability to become a really good dentist, a really good doctor, a super lawyer that can defend anybody, but if you don't do anything, kukunin niya sa'yo yan. Mawawala yung talent mo. You could have right now inside of you the ability to carry your family from that hardship that you have. Isipin nyo, kung araw-araw na lang na iniisip mo, paano ba ako mabubuhay? Paano ko ba magagawa ng paraan para matanggal naman kami sa paghihirap namin? And all this time, it was inside of you, but you just never started. Kung matagal mo nang ginawa, to just have gotten out of that place you are in na hindi ka natatamad-tamad, maybe by now, sikat ka na. Maybe by now, natulungan mo na ang pamilya mo. Or best of all, natulungan mo na ang sarili mo. Baka ngayon, yung dreams mo na mag-succeed ka in songwriting or anything that you want to be in life, doesn't have to be songwriting. Be a doctor, be a lawyer, be the best one in your school, be the best one at work. Nasa sa'yo yan Pero kung wala kang gagawin kasi natatakot ka, nahihiya ka, you'll forever be down there while the other people who have actually less talents than you, naunahan ka na. Only because you didn't do anything about it. Think about that. So, it's up to you. You must be willing to commit to that voice that you hear. You must be willing to sacrifice to see your dreams come true. You see, kung tatanungin mo man, sinong songwriter na paborito mo? The best songwriters of OPM didn't get there by accident. Pare-pareho kami may dream. Pare-pareho kami. Nung bata pa kami, sabi namin, gusto ko maging sikat. And I can tell you different stories from different songwriters that I talked to. Mga, pag nakikita na nila yung mga, kasi noon cassette pa nun eh. Mga pangalan ng mga different songwriters. Sabi niya, wow, ang galing naman itong songwriter na to. Nandun siya sa huling album na binili ko. Ngayon, nandito naman siya sa bagong album. And in every album, nandun yung pangalan niya. How is he doing it? Ang galing naman niya. Well, let me tell you a secret. It's not just being good at what you do, but it's because you have a dream and you are actually running after that dream. You want to be successful. Kung hihintayin mo lang na ang success ay lumapit sa'yo, it's never going to happen. You're going to have to get out of bed every day, learn your craft, whatever it is that you want to be. Read books, talk to people who are good. Yes, talk to people who are good. Huwag kang mahiya. Tinatawag nga na rin yung kapal. Kailangan maging makapal ka. Go to wherever you need to go. If your friend is good at something, ask him, paano ka ba naging magaling? Because if you're going to wait for them to tell you, it's never going to happen. Ikaw ang mag-uumpisa. Ikaw ang gagawa ng future mo. Diba? So, I'm challenging you today. Itong challenge ko, you wouldn't be watching this first of all if you didn't have that dream. If you're a musician, practice every day, party less, practice more. You heard me. Party less and practice more. Kung balak mo lang talaga maglakwatsa, mag-enjoy, mag-party-party, you'll never get to where you want to get to be. If you're a lyricist, write and write and write until that pen that you're holding runs out of ink. Don't stop hanggang mawalan ka ng ideas. See, you may not be good today. And who is? But I can promise you, a month from now, a year from now, lahat ng sacrifices na inumpisahan mong itabi ngayon pa lang, you will be a lot closer to your dreams a month from now, a year from now. You'll be going back to this video that you watched and heard from me. Kung magagawa mo ngayon pa lang to tell yourself, wala nang bukas. Tomorrow is today. Ngayon ka na uumpisahan. Kung kahapon, takot ako, hindi na ako takot ngayon. What's the worst that could happen? They could say no. Or somebody might be nice to you and say, why don't we do this? Ba't hindi ganito ang gawin mo? Think about that. If you're not going to start chasing your dreams right now, hindi ka makakarating dun. Para mag-GPS yan eh. Kailangan alam mo kung saan ka pupunta, ilagay mo doon sa GPS mo, and you start driving. Because if you put on your GPS, gusto kong pumunta dito, and you hit go, but you don't start driving, ano magagawa ng GPS? You'll be watching the same thing on your screen. That car's not moving, so that map is staying where it is. Diba? So, are you willing to accept my challenge? Somewhere out there right now, alam ko nakikinig ka, the next great OPM songwriter. I'm challenging you to challenge yourself. I want you to be successful just like the rest of us were successful. I want you to feel what we feel. I want you to get the awards that we got. And there was a lot. But that award didn't happen unless we got out of being lazy and started doing what we wanted to do and got better at it. So, tatanggapin mo ba ang challenge ko? In the next episodes, I'll give you ideas on how I did things. In the meantime, read the Bible, pray to God, accept Jesus as your Savior. Hindi ka rin naman makakarating dun kung wala si Jesus. Taga mo sa bato yan. Kailangan mo ng katulong, not only here, in your heart, but also in your spirit. Magdasal ka every day and say, Lord, tulungan mo ko. Kasi binigyan mo ko ng talent. Gusto kong gamitin yung talent na yan. And if I've inspired you today, and I hope I have, tell other kids, the ones that want to be songwriters of the future and today, to follow me on this YouTube channel kasi marami pa akong gagawin na mga episodes na sana makakatulong sa inyo at makakatulong din sa iba. In the meantime, thank you, I love you. Thank you po sa lahat ng mga tumulong sa akin along the way na kahit paano nagustuhan niyo yung mga kanta ko. Kung wala kayo, wala ako. But then again, I did something. So you're next. Ikaw na ba ang next great OPM songwriter? I hope to hear your song soon.